Have you ever stood in your garden staring at your cucumber vines, wondering why they look like they are barely surviving while other gardeners are drowning in harvests so big they are giving vegetables away to strangers? Here is the thing nobody tells you. It is not your soil. It is not your seeds. It is not even your watering schedule. It is one single liquid recipe that costs less than $1 to make. And once you start using it, your cucumber vines will change so fast you will think you accidentally planted a different species. By the end of this video, you will have the exact recipe, the exact timing, and the exact method to pour this mixture onto your cucumbers and trigger explosive growth. And I am going to show you the mistakes that make this recipe either work like magic or completely backfire. Drop a comment right now. Are you growing cucumbers in the ground, in containers, or in raised beds? I want to know before we get into this. Let us talk about what is actually happening inside your cucumber plant right now. Cucumbers are not normal plants. They are biological machines designed for speed. A healthy cucumber vine can push out several inches of new growth in a single day during peak summer. The roots are constantly mining the soil for minerals. The leaves are working non-stop to capture light. The flowers are demanding energy the moment they open. That level of activity burns through soil nutrients at a shocking rate. Most gardeners water their cucumbers regularly, maybe toss down some fertilizer once in a while, and wonder why the results are mediocre. The problem is not effort. The problem is that cucumbers have a very specific hunger at very specific times. And if you are not feeding them exactly what they need when they need it, the plant quietly redirects its energy away from fruit production. You get vines, you get leaves, you get maybe a handful of cucumbers. But here is what nobody talks about. There is a recipe that combines 3 things you can get for almost nothing that together create the exact nutritional profile cucumbers are screaming for during their most critical growth window. And when you time it right, the results look almost unreal. This is where it gets interesting. The recipe is built around baker's yeast, not garden chemicals, not expensive bottled fertilizer. Plain baker's yeast from the grocery store that costs less than $1. Now, before you scroll away thinking this sounds too simple, stay with me. Because the science behind why yeast works on cucumbers is genuinely fascinating, and once you understand it, you will never look at your garden soil the same way again. Your soil is not just dirt. It is a living ecosystem packed with billions of microscopic organisms, bacteria, fungi, and microbes that are constantly breaking down organic matter and converting it into nutrients your plant roots can actually absorb. The problem is that soil microbial activity slows down during stress. Heat, drought, compaction, overwatering, even heavy rain can suppress the microbe population in your soil. When that happens, nutrients lock up. The raw material is sitting right there in the ground, but the microscopic workforce that converts it into plant food has gone quiet. Baker's yeast is loaded with B vitamins, amino acids, and beneficial plant hormones. But the real power is what it does when it hits the soil. It acts like a turbocharged signal to every microbe in that dirt. It wakes up the microbial workforce and sends them into overdrive. Organic matter that was sitting dormant starts breaking down fast. Nutrients that were locked up suddenly become available to the roots. Think of it like pouring a shot of espresso directly into the ground. But yeast alone is only part of the recipe. And this is where most people who have tried yeast fertilizer before got disappointing results. They used yeast by itself and wondered why nothing spectacular happened. Here is the problem with that approach. Yeast needs fuel to activate. Without something to feed the fermentation process, the yeast sits in the water, does very little, and gets poured onto the soil in a mostly dormant state. You need to wake the yeast up before it ever hits the ground. That is why the recipe includes sugar. 2 tablespoons of plain white sugar dissolved into the water before you add the yeast. The sugar feeds the yeast immediately. It triggers rapid fermentation. By the time you pour this mixture onto your soil, the yeast is fully alive, multiplying, and ready to ignite your microbial population on contact. You will see it working. The mixture gets frothy and bubbly. That is not a bad sign. That is exactly what you want. That frothing means the yeast colony is active and explosive. But here is the third ingredient. The one that elevates this from a basic yeast tea to something genuinely powerful for cucumbers specifically. Banana peel liquid. Cucumbers are one of the most potassium-hungry plants in the vegetable garden. Potassium is what controls fruit quality. It builds the cell walls inside each cucumber. It regulates how the plant manages water. It is directly responsible for whether your cucumbers come out crisp and sweet or soft, rubbery, and bland. Most gardeners know they need potassium, but they spend money on bottles of synthetic potassium fertilizer when one of the richest sources of natural potassium is sitting in their kitchen trash right now. Banana peels. Take 3 banana peels and soak them in 1 liter of water for 48 hours. The water turns a dark brownish color. That liquid is now loaded with soluble potassium along with calcium and magnesium. Strain out the peels and you have a potent natural mineral extract that costs you absolutely nothing. Now here is the full recipe. Take 1 small cube of fresh baker's yeast or 1 packet of dry active yeast. Dissolve it in 1 cup of warm water. Add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Stir it and let it sit in a warm place for 2 hours until it becomes bubbly and frothy. Take that activated yeast mixture and combine it with your banana peel liquid. Then dilute the entire thing in 10 liters of water. That dilution is critical. Do not skip it. Pouring concentrated yeast solution directly onto roots can stress the plant rather than help it. Use this mixture to water the base of your cucumber plants once every 2 weeks. That is the recipe. Under $1. Things you either already have or can get anywhere. But now I need to warn you about something important. Because this recipe can go wrong in a specific way that almost nobody talks about. The timing of when you use this recipe matters more than the recipe itself. If you start pouring this mixture on your cucumber plants during the wrong growth stage, you will trigger the exact problem you are trying to avoid. You will push the plant into aggressive vegetative growth, right when it needs to be channeling energy into fruit production. You will end up with a massive vine and almost no cucumbers. Let me explain the 2 stages you need to understand. Stage 1 is the vegetative stage. This is when your cucumber plant is young. It is building its root system, pushing out new leaves and establishing its vascular structure. During this stage, the plant needs energy and microbial support. The yeast and banana peel recipe is excellent here. It fuels fast, healthy establishment. Stage 2 is the flowering and fruiting stage. The moment you see the first tiny yellow flower buds forming on your vines, everything changes. The plant is now redirecting energy away from leaf production and toward reproduction. This is the most critical window in the entire growing season. Here is the danger. If you continue pushing heavy microbial stimulants without adjusting the recipe during this stage, you risk sending mixed signals to the plant. The microbial surge releases extra nitrogen from the soil. That nitrogen tells the plant to keep growing leaves. The plant ignores its flowers. The flowers drop. You lose your harvest window. So here is the adjustment you make the moment flowering begins. Stop using the banana peel soak on its own. Instead, switch to a full banana peel tea made by boiling the peels for 20 minutes, letting it cool completely, and diluting it heavily. Boiling changes the nutrient profile slightly, making the potassium more immediately bioavailable while reducing the compounds that stimulate excess leaf growth. Drop the yeast activation frequency from every 2 weeks to once every 3 weeks during flowering. This subtle shift keeps the microbial activity alive without triggering a nitrogen surge that would cost you your entire cucumber harvest. Now let us talk about a mistake that quietly destroys the effectiveness of this recipe for a huge percentage of gardeners who try it. They pour it on at the wrong time of day. Cucumbers come from warm climates. Their root systems are temperature sensitive in a way most people never consider. When the soil is hot in the middle of the afternoon and you pour a cool liquid fertilizer onto it, the sudden temperature contrast causes the roots to contract. Nutrient uptake stops. The plant goes into a mild stress response. You have essentially wasted your recipe. The best time to apply any liquid fertilizer to cucumbers is early morning. The soil is cool. The plant is coming out of its overnight rest and it is primed to drink and absorb. The stomata on the leaves are open and ready. The roots are actively reaching. If you absolutely cannot do mornings, late evening after the heat breaks is your second option. Never midday. Never when the sun is blasting directly onto the soil. And one more thing on application, do not pour directly onto the stem base. Pour in a ring around the plant about 6 to 8 inches out from the stem. That is where the active feeder roots are. Pouring directly onto the stem base can cause stem rot, especially in container-grown cucumbers where drainage is limited. Here is something almost nobody in the gardening world talks about. Container-grown cucumbers have a dramatically different nutritional need compared to in-ground plants. When you grow cucumbers in a pot, a grow bag, or a raised bed with limited soil volume, the plant exhausts the available nutrients at nearly twice the speed of a garden bed plant. The roots have nowhere to explore. Every watering event leaches nutrients out through the drainage holes. The microbial population in a container is much smaller and more fragile than in open ground. This means if you are growing in containers, you need to apply this recipe more frequently, every 10 days instead of every 2 weeks. And you need to make sure your container mix has enough organic material to give the microbial activity somewhere to work. A plain peat and perlite mix will see almost no benefit from yeast because there is very little organic matter for the activated microbes to break down. Add a generous amount of worm castings or aged compost to your container mix. That gives the yeast something to work with and multiplies the effect dramatically. But here is a problem that trips up container gardeners specifically: overwatering combined with this recipe. When soil is waterlogged, oxygen levels in the root zone drop. Anaerobic conditions develop. The beneficial microbes that yeast activates are mostly aerobic, meaning they need oxygen to thrive. If you are overwatering your container cucumbers and then adding yeast tea on top of that, you are not feeding your plants. You are creating a stagnant, oxygen-deprived environment that promotes root rot and shuts down nutrient absorption entirely. Before you apply this recipe, stick your finger 2 inches into the soil. If it still feels wet, wait. Only apply when the top 2 inches are starting to feel dry, but the deeper soil is still slightly moist. That balance is the sweet spot for maximum absorption. Now let us talk about what happens visually when this recipe is working correctly, because you need to know what to look for so you can confirm it is doing what it should. Within 3 to 5 days of the first application, you will notice the foliage darkening. The leaves will shift from a lighter green to a deeper, richer green. That is the sign of increased chlorophyll production being fueled by the magnesium in the banana peel liquid and the accelerated nutrient release from the microbial surge. Within 1 to 2 weeks, you will see accelerated new growth at the vine tips. The tendrils will push out faster. New leaf nodes will appear more rapidly than before. If you are in the vegetative stage, the stem will thicken noticeably. A thicker stem means a stronger vascular highway for moving nutrients and water up into the plant. Everything that happens above ground flows through that stem first. If you are in the flowering stage and you have made the timing adjustment we talked about, you will start to see more flower buds forming at each node. Healthy cucumbers can produce flowers at almost every single leaf node along the vine. A nutrient-starved plant might only flower at every 3rd or 4th node. The difference in final yield between those two scenarios is enormous. Here is a part that almost nobody talks about, but it is genuinely critical for long-season gardeners. Cucumber plants have a biological stopping point built into them. Once the vine has set a certain number of fruits and those fruits are allowed to fully mature and go to seed, the plant reads that as mission accomplished. It begins to shut down. It stops flowering. Growth slows. The season is effectively over even if you have weeks of warm weather left. The way commercial cucumber growers fight this is through aggressive and consistent harvesting. You must pick your cucumbers before they reach full seed maturity. The moment you leave a cucumber on the vine too long and it starts yellowing or swelling significantly, the plant shifts resources toward ripening that seed-carrying fruit and stops producing new flowers. Pick your cucumbers young and pick them often. Every time you harvest, you are sending the plant a message that the reproductive mission is not yet complete. The plant responds by producing more flowers, more fruits, and staying in active production for weeks longer than a plant that is being harvested inconsistently. Pair that harvesting strategy with your yeast banana peel recipe on the correct schedule, and you have essentially cracked the code on maximum cucumber production for the entire season. Now let me give you the emergency version of this recipe. Because sometimes cucumber plants hit a wall, they stall, growth stops, leaves look off, flowers are dropping, and you need to intervene fast. The emergency boost version adds 1 more ingredient to the base recipe: Epsom salt. 1 teaspoon of plain, unscented Epsom salt dissolved into your 10-liter diluted yeast banana tea. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is the central atom in chlorophyll, the molecule that captures sunlight and converts it into energy. When a cucumber plant is stressed, one of the first things it depletes is magnesium. The combination of activated yeast kickstarting the microbial system, banana peel potassium strengthening cell walls, and Epsom salt restoring chlorophyll function hits the plant from 3 directions simultaneously. Use this emergency version only when you see visible stress symptoms: yellow leaves between the veins, slow growth despite adequate watering, flower drop without an obvious cause. Do not use the Epsom salt version every application. Magnesium accumulates in soil over time, and excess magnesium competes with calcium uptake. Use it as a rescue tool, not a regular feeding. Let me address a myth that has spread wildly through gardening communities online, and it directly contradicts what we are doing here. The myth is that cucumbers do not need fertilizing if you start with good compost-rich soil. This sounds logical. It is completely wrong for field and container cucumbers specifically. Good starting soil matters enormously. But cucumber plants are not just feeding on what was in the soil at planting time. They are actively depleting a finite pool of nutrients at high speed throughout the entire season. Compost-enriched soil at planting might carry a plant through its first 4 to 5 weeks comfortably. After that, the the nutrient pool is shrinking fast. Without supplemental feeding, the plant will show you. Growth slows, leaves lighten. Fruits become small, misshapen, or bitter. The plant is rationing its remaining nutrients and prioritizing survival over production. This is exactly why a regular liquid feeding schedule like the recipe in this video matters so much. You are not replacing the soil. You are restocking a pantry that the plant is constantly emptying. There is one final thing I want to share that ties everything together, and it is the piece that separates gardeners who get good results from gardeners who get extraordinary results. Consistency beats intensity every single time. It is tempting to look at this recipe and think that if 2 weeks is good, 1 week must be better. If 1 cup is good, 3 cups must be better. That instinct will hurt your plants. Cucumbers thrive on a stable, predictable environment, consistent moisture, consistent temperature, consistent feeding intervals. Sporadic heavy feeding followed by long gaps sends the plant through stress cycles. It spends energy recovering from each swing rather than channeling everything into growth and fruit production. Mark your calendar. Set a reminder. Every 2 weeks for the base recipe. Every 3 weeks during heavy flowering. Every 10 days for containers. Apply in the morning. Pour in a ring around the plant. Let the mulch hold the moisture in place. That boring. Consistent rhythm is what creates the explosive harvests that look miraculous from the outside. So let us pull it all together. The recipe is activated baker's yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and banana peel liquid diluted into 10 liters of water, under $1. Applied every 2 weeks in the vegetative stage, adjusted to every 3 weeks at flowering, and boosted with Epsom salt when visible stress appears. Apply it in the morning. Pour in a ring not directly onto the stem. Use it more frequently in containers. Make sure your soil has organic matter for the microbes to work with. Pick your cucumbers young and consistently. Watch the leaves for signals the plant is sending you. That is not complicated gardening. That is smart gardening. Now I want to hear from you. What is the biggest struggle you have had with cucumbers this season? Drop it in the comments below. Whether it is bitter fruit, no flowers, slow growth, or something else entirely, let me know and let us figure it out together. If this video helped you see your cucumber patch differently, hit the like button. It genuinely helps other gardeners find this information. And if you want more videos like this, covering the real science behind what makes backyard food production actually work, subscribe. There is a lot more coming that you will not want to miss. Happy growing.